get my life together. It's Sunday, which means it's time to reset for the week, pick out a new color, start to get my life together in a more serious way. It's not that I've been slacking, but it's more that I haven't been taking my life as seriously as I need to. And I have the power to change that by simply changing my actions. So that's what I'm here to do today. So I'm going to reset my keyboard and chat while I do that. And then I'm going to maybe do my morning pages in the afternoon. So afternoon pages. I'm going to do a brain dump. I'm going to set my goals for the week ahead. And then I'm going to time block all of those goals. So my hope is that once I'm kind of done all of this, I will feel prepped and ready to go for the next week. I'm going to do this thing called 7 days of effort, which I do whenever I feel like I'm losing control of my life. And it's really helpful to make myself say my goals publicly for me so that I don't slack on them. I think I'm going to go with pink this week. So that'll be fun. We'll go with the Sakura keycaps. But while I do the keycap stuff, I'm able to chat, which is always fun. So if you have stuff you want to chat about, feel free to leave them in comments. Otherwise, I'll just chat about whatever comes to mind. I'll light a candle. It'll be fun. Get my drink out of the way. It's a little too cold for iced coffee, but is it ever actually too cold for iced coffee is the question I ask myself all the time. Oh no, I need to use a match. But yeah, I had a good chat last night on TikTok Live about stand-up stuff, and I've been meaning to make longer videos on here for a while. I meant to do a second podcast like the week after my first. I understand why I didn't. Like, I am being very forgiving of myself that like my life took turns that nobody could have predicted. But I'm ready to kind of like reclaim my brain and my time. So I'll have something going on in the background here. That'll be nice. We're gonna reset my keyboard and get ready for the week. I have to write. I have to write my. Oh, that'll be cute. We'll do one of these. I have to write my newsletter, which I'm always writing a newsletter. When in doubt, just know that I'm writing a Substack. Sorry to sneeze directly into the mic. Holy shit. This is the Winter Glow keycaps from Osume is what's coming off. I really love this little art that they send with everything. It's really cute. And then on the back, it has like the color scheme. You can't really see the color because I have pink lights on because we're going for a pink theme this week. So I'm getting ahead of it. But I really do like these keycaps, and the company is nice, high quality stuff. Very millennial brand coded, which as a millennial, I appreciate. I think millennials did branding incredibly well. Too well, some might say. But I do hate that everything now is just a big, feels like QVC. Like you can't actually really scroll through stuff without just having millions of ads inundated. And they all follow like the same scripts now. And I feel like a lot of people are letting AI write their ads, which like the robots are selling us things. Like, I don't like that. I feel like it's creepy, but I know that my opinions on AI are extreme. And that like they're extremely negative, and I'm very opinionated about everything in a way that's like sometimes unproductive. But I find it productive for me. But speaking of productivity, I'm trying to be more productive this week. I have been behind on stuff. I have like not been replying to emails in a timely fashion, like just not taking my business as seriously as I need to. Getting by, but not thriving kind of vibes. So yeah, the dead internet, like it's really hard for me to like remember that I don't know, like I'm really grateful because like my foray into being an online person has felt really cool, and like I've gotten to know some people, and my comment section feels very like alive to me, particularly like my old Gilmore Girls videos on TikTok. Like people were writing like essays about their opinions about Lorelai Gilmore and stuff. With Heated Rivalry, I think that's honestly not happening as much, mostly because we don't have as much data. Like there's only one season, there's only a few books. So I think it will happen more frequently in the next kind of few years. But like, yeah, I'm really glad that this place doesn't feel like dead internet theory to you. It doesn't feel like dead internet theory to me. I feel like I'm really trying to do it's okay. Something that I'm finding interesting about my foray into the online world is how much you suddenly get inundated with like this is how to grow your channel. This is like growth hacks and like this is how to get the most subscribers in the next month and all this stuff. And for me, like that's not what I'm interested in doing. Because having like a huge audience that doesn't actually care about you or know you and is only following you because you're chasing trends, like that's just gonna, as a creator, that's just going to encourage you to chase more trends. And for me, like, obviously, there is a trend right now of talking about heated rivalry, but like, I'm talking about it because it's all I want to talk about. It's impossible for me to talk about things that I don't care about in the way that I have been talking and as frequently as I've been talking about this fucking show. So I'm curious to see what show will capture me next. Because I felt that way about Gilmore Girls too. And then I watched Heated Rivalry, was like, all I want to do is talk about Shane and Elliot. And here we are. But I haven't been like, I think it's good that I've let this kind of be what it is. I've only been doing it for this is like my 6th month of doing it. So I feel like I have a lot of data now. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think that it's helpful for me to not think of this as a career or as something that I'm trying to like make a ton of money on, because that's honestly like, if I was trying to do that, I would not feel like I'm being successful in that way because I'm not doing kind of the traditional things that would create circumstances that would allow that. Like, I got a video the other day from somebody who was like, how I made $5,000 with only 7,500 followers. And I was like, oh, interesting. And I was like, how many followers do I actually have on TikTok? And I was like, oh, like, should I be trying to get partnerships? That I was like, what fucking partnerships are gonna like? I'm not a brand friendly channel. I don't talk about products. I'm never trying to sell people things. Like, I do appreciate when I get comments. You know, like I'm trying to decenter beauty focused everything in my life, so I'm not trying to seek compliments ever in this way, but I have gotten several like, I love your hair kind of comments. And then I've gotten people asking for my hair routine, and I'm like, no, like I can never do anything that feels like that kind of content creator stuff because all I can ever think of is that video of the girl and her friend is pranking her by being like, hey, what's up, guys? A lot of you have been asking for my morning routine, and she just has like the best laugh in the entire world. My friend and I quote that all the time. So that's all I think of anytime people are like, show me your hair routine. I'm like, I can't. Like, also, I cut my own hair, which is never what people want to hear. Is like, I got a shag cut 2 years ago and I've just kind of been growing it out. um, but that's because I'm lazy and have cut my own hair for years because I I have hair that grows really fast and it's really fine. So anyway, oh, my neighbors are moving upstairs around. My floor is shaking. So fun. But yeah, I've decided to do this thing called 7 days of effort, which you just make an effort for 7 days. And it doesn't have to be a big effort. It's actually great if you like set something that you know you can do every day as your thing that you're going to be effortful towards. But I'm going to do that because it's been a minute since I did. And I have felt not wonderful about my level of productivity the past few weeks. I've been very, very distracted and like I'm forgiving myself and being understanding of why that is. I'm not expecting impossible feats out of myself, but it is it is time. I am running out of patience with myself, and I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the best chance to not constantly be stressed for the rest of the year. Like I really want to figure out kind of like how I I need to pay taxes. And I don't think we should be paying taxes in America right now, but that's a different conversation and a much bigger thing than my individual like I don't what do you mean I was supposed to save money? I had to pay $3,000 to put down my cat. Out of the fucking blue. Cuz did you know they charge you for that? And then it's like over $1,000. Like, what the fuck? I don't think that should be a thing. I know that there are places you can reach out to that will like help you pay, but like not in the moment. And you're kind of overwhelmed, you know? I feel like this is something like emergency vet sort like that should just like it's already tough enough. What do you mean I have to swipe my card at the end of this? Truly the weirdest, the weirdest thing I've ever gone through. And so yeah, of course, this past few months haven't been great, but I have been trying my best, which I will give myself credit for. I have been procrastinating, and as my friend pointed out, she was like, "What if you just let yourself be a procrastinator? What if it doesn't? What if you stop judging yourself for that?" So I'm not going to judge myself for procrastinating, but I do need to make a plan to not procrastinate as much going forward so that I can feel better about what I'm doing day to day and go to bed feeling like accomplished, and not feel like I have to stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning to finally get the stuff done that I've been putting off since 4 or 5. Um, and I've just been slacking. Like I've been distracting myself and whatever, but I have 2 companies that I'm supposed to be running right now. It's like, well, if I don't do it, nobody does. That's the thing about like small business stuff is like it's literally if me doesn't, it used to be if one of us didn't do it. And now my sister has her own full-time job that's not working with me anymore. And so it's like, oh no, it's just me. If I don't do it, nothing gets done. I hate that. I wish there were more people around, but that's what a small business is. So I am applying to some jobs this week because I'm just feeling like having an office and having a place to go some days would be good for me. Working on a team would be really good. It gets lonely working alone, which is why I think I've been really enjoying doing the like work with me live streams and stuff. Also because it makes me take a break. But I don't feel like I'm achieving what I want to achieve, and that's on me. And it's on me to give myself those opportunities. So 7 days, I'm going to lock in for the next 7 days. And then once I do that, it will be easier to continue to move forth from there, which is exciting and good. Okay. I thought I was going to go for a pink theme this week with the keycaps, but now I'm kind of like, do I want to do something else? Do I want to do like a yellow theme or something? But pink will be nice, and then it'll be cherry blossom season soon. And that'll be fun too. New York in the spring is so gorgeous, and I feel like we don't talk enough about the cherry blossoms of New York City, because they are stunning. And it's so nice to walk around in the mornings during the spring. I love living in New York. One of the many reasons I need to lock in and take my life seriously is like, I want to continue living in this apartment. I love where I live so much, and I want my best friend to keep living where she lives because she lives so close to me. So it feels like we're basically roommates without having to actually live together, which is ideal. Because we were really good roommates when we lived together, but it's hard. It's really hard to live with your best friends. Ultimately, you will end up spending like a wee bit too much time together inevitably. And that can be tough for friendships. So I like our setup now where I like ran over to hang out with her today, for like a few hours, and I came back, and she's very good at, I really do think that, like, I don't know, my best friend is like so important to me. I'm so fucking grateful to have a really good, close friendship with her. And it feels like there are things in my life that I just haven't been outwardly vocally grateful for, that I just have felt very like, oh my God, this is the most important stuff to me lately. And I want to make sure that I'm living my life in a way that like honors that. And yeah, also like, I love living in the city. It's such a cool city to live in. Okay. Mechanical keyboards are great, especially if you have cats, because you can actually like get the cat hair out of them. This is such good ASMR opportunity, and I'm wasting it. And then, sorry, this is gonna be loud for a second, or maybe it won't be. Hell yeah. All right. Great. Time to reset this thing. This is the only like novelty kit that I ever bought that matched the keycaps. I have a few Mochi kits, but like honestly, I don't really know why I bought those. I do know why. I had a shopping addiction for a minute. But it's okay. We got through it. I love this these keys are so pretty. They have like Japanese cherry blossoms on them, which is why I bought the novelty set because I think it's so cool. But disappointingly, it doesn't come with pink space bars that fit the Alice keyboard, which like kind of whatever, but also I wish it did. I forgot that I can do this because I now have an escape key and a tilde key. I didn't used to have a tilde key. But yeah, I've been watching, I started watching The Sopranos again. And I just think The Sopranos, I watched it like 2 years ago when I was unemployed. And while I was watching The Sopranos, I wrote 500 I wrote 500 postcards to voters in Texas about early voting and how to vote early and stuff. So it was a good time. But that is what I associate with The Sopranos now is is writing postcards. So I started rewatching it and I was like, oh fuck, this show's so good. It's actually really incredible how good the show is. And I watched the first episode and was like, wow, pilots are so hard to write. But they really did nail a lot of stuff. But like it's fascinating that like it opens with him at the therapist's office. But I just thought it was really well done. I really like the introduction, the fact that Melfi is like one of the first people we meet. She has the first line. I think is great. And what a show, you know? But it has a lot of discussion in the first episode of like, what if I got in too late? What if the good days have already passed me by? Kind of thing. And I think like that has been such a big conversation in American culture for so long now that almost feels like a stereotype of America is that everybody thinks we got here too late. Like, is America a nation of nostalgia? And did we just start marketing that more plainly in the last few years kind of stuff? And I think it's interesting when I think about like why Heated Rivalry has taken off as much as it has, because I think like there is, I'm trying not to like disparage the fact that so many people want to dive into like and discover that. Sorry, I didn't notice the chat was going. Sometimes it just doesn't pop up for me. The theme of the keycaps is the Sakura keycaps from Osume. They're pink. But yeah, there's a lot, I think, in the boom that's happening around Heated Rivalry that's just like, because it's new, because because it was fresh faces, because it was like a new story and it felt somewhat modern. Like I think we're living in one of the only times where I just feel like our culture doesn't reflect, like art doesn't really reflect our culture back to us because it's not modern enough. Like everything is so complicated to write about if you're actually writing about like reality. And I think that has consequences for the specificity of art and also people's kind of general, like not enjoyment, but like being drawn to that kind of art. So there's a reason that it's hitting so hard. And I do think that like a lot of those reasons are that we just haven't had new things. Everything has been recycled. Everything has been nostalgic. And yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that could be happening, I think, in terms of advanced media and advancing like culture through art. And I think like the movie studios and all of this, like the depoliticization, I'm not saying that word correctly, of art, I felt very acutely over the last few months, like particularly with like the Wicked movie. I was like, well, you can't make a Wicked movie that doesn't have like strong political messaging. Yeah, and I agree with you about like the social media stuff. Like social media, I think, is actually causing a lot of interesting repercussions in terms of like fandom expectations and like the type of media that people actually want to consume now, I think is very positive, like overtly positive in a way that is like to me, a response to like the horrors that we're witnessing in the world is like I don't want conflict in I just want to watch these people like have a good time together. I think that is why like The Cottage is, a lot of people's like favorite thing in the world, even though there is conflict within it, but it's like very tame conflict, I would say. Um, and I think like social media is this interesting thing where like a lot of people like influencers and watch mostly influencers. And influencer media is conflict free because a lot of influencer media is just like aesthetic videos and like it's been reduced even more. It used to be that we had like day in a life and people felt the need and felt compelled to like show what they were doing during the day and make it like a productive kind of enviable thing. And now I think as short form content has grown, as we've kind of like, and in some ways I think it's good that we've made it like we've lowered the bar of entry into this basically by being like, no, you can just be laying in your bed, you don't have to like look perfect on camera. Like I think there are some benefits to it, but I also think the audience has been trained very very quickly to not expect any kind of like cohesion, narrative, interesting introspection through the content or anything like that. And some people are looking for conflict free stuff. um, Oh man, yeah. There's I think like I think a lot about early Twitter and like what it used to feel like on Twitter and that kind of the fact that they like kind of did achieve making like a town square vibe on the internet for a while. Like and now everyone is trying to be famous. And I think it's like obviously like I'm making stuff on here so I want to just like state that I'm aware that me talking about it might be slightly ironic, but I'm not trying to like cultivate a brand. I'm not trying to make a following. I don't encourage parasocialism, hopefully, in any of my stuff. Like I'm usually not really talking about my personal life in a lot of my videos. And that's like, it's on purpose. Like I'm not trying to encourage that kind of behavior, in fandom and all of those things as well. Um, and it's interesting because when you start making stuff, you get inundated with like grow fast now kind of messaging. Like, this is how you should be growing your channel. This is what you should be doing if you want to reach 1 million subs. And I feel like, yeah, wanting to be famous is a very specific thing. And a lot of people do just want to be famous. And that's totally fine. Like, you are allowed to want that. I don't think we interrogate enough in public what it means to want that, what people are willing to sacrifice and do in order to achieve that like compromises themselves, their own humanity, their morals. And it's the thing of like, no matter how much I like, certain influencers or podcasts or whatever, they all have ads that I'm like, well, that sucks. You're making money from that. And I get it because they're like, well, it's like I have to make money from the podcast, but like, um, yeah, YouTube. Okay, so here's I'm always trying on YouTube to approach it very much like we are having a conversation. And so I struggle to respond sometimes to comments that feel like they're message board comments that are meant for like other people because sometimes they are. Like I'm not always the target audience that people are speaking to when they're leaving a comment. And I try to be very like keenly aware of that fact. Um and I think it's really hard um to navigate because it is like a one-way conversation in some ways because I am relaying my thoughts and then kind of like I'm not I'm not structuring conversations probably well enough based on like what I actually do and what my skill set is outside of YouTube. I should be much better about framing the conversation and helping people respond in ways that are like helpful and would build community because that is my skill set and what I like to do. But um, I think it's really hard. It's hard to know. We've never figured out how to navigate it, I think, in a way that's like beneficial for everyone. And that is something that like I do want to talk about and like have more discourse about with people who are like in the quote unquote like audience. Like, because I don't think of it as like, I don't know, I feel like it's a back and forth if we're talking enough and if there's enough like stuff. And like this feels very different from when it is a video and it is static versus when I'm like able to live time respond to stuff. Um and Oh, congratulations on launching a podcast. Um, yeah, it's really weird how the algorithms like assume you want certain things or like assume you're a certain type of creator that will respond to like threats, basically. I get so many that are like, I could improve this for you. And I'm like, I'm good, actually. Like, I don't need that. It was funny because somebody, one of my friends recently was like, "Well, if you did if you did get brand deals, like, what would you want?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then I just started laughing because I was like, "The only thing I can think of is that I want Sharpie gel pens. I want free pens. I use so many fucking pens. I've spent so much money on these fucking Sharpie gel pens. Um, so that's my only thing that I want for free, apparently. Um, but it's that thing of like if you're not going for it, if that's not what you're entertaining, you do kind of start to feel like really like I try not to be defensive of the fact that I'm not looking for that kind of success, because that's ironic, but it just feels very it's just a lot, it's just a lot, and that's okay. Not everything has to be easy. But it is like online space stuff is quite fascinating to me. I don't quite know um if I'm navigating it in all of the ways that I want to. Like the amount of energy that I know I spend being upset about, certain like ways people are speaking to me or feeling misunderstood or whatever it is. But isn't that pretty? Yay. Um no, there's not. There's only red. Let's see. So purple. There's like soft purpley pink, but it looks so blue on camera. And then there's like hot pink, which also looks very purple on camera, but it's hot pink. Um, Yay, the keyboard's done. Okay. So yeah, refresh the keyboard. Now I want to write down my tasks for today. Then I want to do a brain. If anybody wants to join me for any of these things, I am going to stop kind of yapping and I'm going to shift into like getting ready for the week. And then I'll yap in between because I can't stop yapping. I love to talk out loud. It's so nice. The thing is, living alone, I think I would feel very silly if I talked out loud, but I talked out loud for so many years to my cats that like I'm just very used to it at this point. So it just feels like also I've never not been a talker. I want to share my thoughts about everything with everyone all the time, actually. This is kind of a perfect medium. I can't believe I resisted it as long as I did, even though I know I didn't, because in college I tried several times to start a YouTube channel. And it never stuck because I did not trust myself to actually have one that I talked about things I cared about. And I thought that you can only do like makeup things online. And also, I have a lot of thoughts about the fact that so many women and girls seem to not be able to just talk to a camera without putting on makeup while they're doing it. And I understand that it's like something to do with their hands and like people like to watch you do things while you're talking and like blah, 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 blah. But also, how many women get on camera and transform how they look and alter their appearance. And how is that, what is that communicating about the way that women move through the world every single day? If that is the majority of what they are recording is not looking like themselves. Anyway, maybe sometimes when I get comments being, when I have like not even radical, but I do an inclination that I might have some thoughts about women's liberation. People like panic in the comments, and I'm like, you are not ready for my actual opinions about this shit. Which is fine. It's good. I have complicated relationships with my own performance of feminism and femininity, but I also believe that I'm doing my best. Ooh. Maybe I'll go with a green. I have like a small pink desk mat, but I like a large desk mat. But I like the idea of having a pink desk. It's been a while. The green's just like a little dark, but the pink is small, so we'll see. I don't think the pink is big enough. Do I want a green tone under all my stuff this week when I'm doing? My desk mats were mostly chosen because I can't have a normal mouse pad, because cat hair gets stuck in it too easily. I think I'm just gonna actually leave it. I think I'll leave the current somewhat dirty desk mat. So at some point, I just like bought a bunch of really cheap ones, but I don't use them that much anymore because I've kind of forgot about them for a while. And now I just have some amount of shame about how many I own. But it's fine. We can't undo the past. We can only move forward with better actions in the future. Okay, let's see. We're going to do a brain clear. No. We're going to write down this week's tasks. That's what we're going to do. And then we'll do a brain clear. It'll be good. It'll be good. Will this be enough washi tape to make it through the week? Do I have any other pink washi tape that is not hideous? Ah! I bought this is my drawer of washi tape. I bought all of these literally so long ago. It's so funny to me how much many of them I still have. There's like so many of them are just like ugly is the thing. There's a reason not all of them get used. Okay, let's just hope this tiny one makes it through the week because that's all I got right now. What is catching in this drawer? Clothes. Clothes drawer. Alright, whatever. I'll fix it later. I usually film doing this vertically, but let's see. See if we can make this happen. God, it's such a wide frame when it's like this. All right, well. Scooch everything out of the way. I have not written my daily to-do since Thursday. This is what I mean by like, it has not been going well back at the ranch. I'm usually so on top of this shit. I have some home stuff I should do today. This is why I speed this part up. Every single time I have to find the start of a washi tape, I think of that Onion article that's like Americans waste 20,000 hours a year looking for the start of the tape roll. The Onion used to have some fucking bangers, man. And then I've never actually live narrated myself doing my journal, but I use the dots to line up the tape. The tape should like go about halfway over every single dot. Lord, I can't believe it's already March 14th, 15th. What do you mean we're halfway through the month? sure gets done today. Oh yeah, I want to make sure. Okay, great. This is done. Oh, no, it's not. Monday. Jesus Christ, Monday morning prompt. Number 56. Prompt workbook. I did have the realization the other day that I have an MM in my life, which is me. Okay. There's my weeklies. There's my dailies. Now I need to do a brain clear, and then I need to write my weekly goals, and then I need to make the Notion page, and then I need to digitally organize everything. This is so fun. If everyone's having a great time watching me fucking lose my mind, basically, with all of the stuff I have not done. My keyboard is, if you're still here, I'm sorry, I have not been looking at this chat. My keyboard is the Mech Lands, MECH Lands F Feker, Feker. It's the Alice 98. I like it. I don't love it, but it comes out of the box sounding pretty good. So these keycaps are Osume keycaps. Yeah, we are almost 25% through the year. I have a workshop I have to prep for that is the end of Q1, like kind of recapping everything we've gotten done so far this year, and looking ahead. So I'm excited about that. And my Q1 did not go as planned. That's one way to put it. So prepping for it has been interesting. Okay, let's do this on paper. Okay, next up, we're gonna do a brain clear, which is literally just when I write down everything that is on my mind. I do think I need to like not have mood lighting for this though. I think I need just like straight up bright ass lighting. Wake me up. Wake me up. Okay. Remember when Sully brought that the thing about Sully brought that back for like 5 seconds? That was fun. That was a good time. I'm so sorry if everybody can hear me gulping. I feel like when AirPods first came out, everybody would gulp directly next to my ear, and I fucking hated it. Oh, I can't believe the Oscars are tonight. I can't believe how few Oscar movies I saw this year. It really mattered to me in years past. All right. Okay. Yeah, the amount of Evanescence I fell asleep to because I was friends with goth kids in middle school. Okay. Brain clear. Also, my hack to nice handwriting in print is just to write in all caps. I have terrible kerning in print. I almost. Okay. Okay. I feel like now I'm just making a list long to make a list long. But I do have so much. I feel like I'm missing so much. But that's okay. Okay, this is good. This is a good place to start. So now what I'm going to do is go through this list and put it in a mural. And then I'm going to put all of these on individual sticky notes and like draft out what the project actually entails. Then I'm going to look at my next week and pick the ones that I actually need to get through like this next week to make sure that I'm set up for the future. Then I'm going to set reasonable goals for every single day. And then I'm going to time block every single day towards those goals. Oh, good Lord. Okay. It's going to be good. I also have so much to do in terms of like I owe an entire article about their hands to everyone on Substack. And I announced it publicly, so I have to follow through. Okay, everything's gonna be good. We're gonna get through this together. Okay, part of me wants to write my like morning pages now, which is even more writing. So that's fun. I hope everyone's having fun watching me handwrite things because I think we're gonna do some more of that. If you want to journal with me, you're gonna have time to get ready before I do it. If you want to join me, it'll be fun. You'll feel so good once you've done it. You're just gonna write for 20 minutes. However much writing you get done in that time, all good. But yeah, we're gonna do 20 minutes of writing. You can journal, you can free write, you can do whatever you want, obviously during those 20 minutes. But that's what I'm gonna be doing during those 20 minutes. And that'll be fun. Okay, let's get rid of distractions. Sometimes I watch sometimes I like watch ASMR videos while I do this stuff, but I don't think I want to right now. Okay. Brain clear is going to go over here. So if you're interested in writing, let's do some writing. I'm going to once again change the deskscape a little bit for myself. Have a bit more fun. Santorini? Let's do Santorini. It's pretty in Santorini. Soft pink, some mood lighting. Okay. Great. The journaling workshop went so well. I'm so happy with it. And I want to do more like writing hour stuff and offer that up for people because I think I have to turn off my light before I do this. Having people to collaborate with is really important and really helpful for like accountability purposes. So I'm gonna try to. My sister said something to me at the beginning of this year of like, if you need it, other people like if you would benefit from it, other people would probably benefit from it, and that really is like something I want to make sure I'm always like bringing into this stuff is like I want to do things that everybody can benefit from, and if they're beneficial to me, I should believe that they'd be beneficial to more people. Because I am not like so startlingly unique in what I need. I'm gonna let my sorry if the quality of sound dramatically decreased in that last few minutes. Okay. How can I do this so that you can see both the timer and the journal? And of course my thing is like not working the same way. Okay. There? Can we do that? Can we a little bit? It's a little more like down. But I need the Need the 20 minutes to be in there. Is it more this? It's more this vibe. It's even further back. Jesus. Okay. Great. Now you can see the 20 minutes. Grab your journal. Let's go. Hell yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited that you're practicing piano during this. That's so cool. Yeah, I once had someone like not meaning to insult me, and I didn't take that as an insult at all. It just reminded me of a time that my friend was like, "You have a voice made for radio. It's just so easy to tune out." I really loved that. I thought that was like a really funny way to describe it. Because yeah, I don't always need to be listened to. I just need to chat. But this is helpful for me because otherwise I scroll. So if I put my phone down, but yeah, yesterday during the journaling workshop, we did 15 minutes of journaling, and this was like I got through 2 pages and then had a little bit, and I meant to go back and finish, and I didn't. So I'm gonna journal, and 19 minutes and counting. Here we go. Journaling done. Congratulations. The 20 minutes is up and you're on break. Oh, I really wanted to finish 4 pages within that time. I got pretty close. I'm pretty proud of that because I had these 3 lines. That's how my brain works. Is I'm like, well, it's not a full 3 pages, so you may as well write another page, which is good because I hadn't written my like positive affirmation page to myself. It's 5 o'clock and I'm quite hungry now, but I think I will be back later with like a work with me, chat with me live stream again because I have all of these things that I'm going to put onto individual digital sticky notes and map out and plan. And I think that'll be like a cool productivity kind of thing to capture. And then I owe some people some things tomorrow that I'm going to make sure are done for work. And I want to make some short form videos. But first, I want to eat. And I have something I'm really excited about eating. So I'm going to go do that. But thank you for hanging out, for tuning in. I'll be back with more stuff later. Hope everyone has a great evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Okay.